Hi there, Chris, Chapping Cap Motor Legends. Today we're going to talk about a new jacket from the Swedish brand Halvarssons. It's a jacket that's called the Uvan jacket. New Halvarssons gear for 2022 is now starting to come through, and there are lots of exciting new styles that we're looking forward to receiving. Halvarssons is now under new ownership, putting a lot of money into the brand, and the way we see it, this is a brand that's very much on the move. The first piece that we have received this year is this jacket. It's a blouson style jacket and it's called the Uvan. It's an anorak style jacket, as you can see. Personally reminds me of the first ever Dainese jacket that I ever owned. Fits incredibly well, and that's partly down to this elasticated French ribbing that goes around the hem. You also get that same ribbing in the neck where it's in place to not cause abrasion against the neck, so it's nice and comfortable against the neck. It's what we would call a standalone jacket. Now, it can be zipped to any Halvarssons pant or even a rucker pant, because Halvarssons and rucker use the same zips. You can also use Halvarssons ingenious waist zip to connect the jacket to any kind of jean or chino, whatever pant you want. But there is technically no matching pant to this jacket. In truth, I think it's the kind of jacket that you're going to normally wear with a pair of jeans. Let's now talk through some of the details in a little bit more depth. The chassis is made from a foam-coated polyamide. Don't quite know what that means. I don't know what the foam coating is, but certainly it's got a nice soft handle, but it's a very strong material. It meets the EN 17092 standard at the AA level. That's pretty impressive. Might have expected, or sometimes expected, a jacket like this to come in at the A level, but this is the AA level, and that's the maximum you're going to get on, say, the most protective rucker jacket, for example. In the key areas, Halvarssons always line their jackets with material that they've developed called high art, and this is an anti-abrasion lining. So Halvarssons will, I've put it here on the elbows, they'll put it here on the shoulders, and where they back it onto a textile material, that increases the strength of the material by 500%, so times 6. So again, reinforces the fact that this is a very strong jacket. The armour that comes in the elbows and shoulders is Halvarssons' own level 1 armour, and again, that's what we would expect. You could upgrade this and put level 2 in, but it's really not that kind of jacket. It's still a kind of casual, easy to wear jacket. In the back, there's a pocket for a back protector. We would recommend a D30 back protector, a level 2, the T9 size. Some Halvarssons jackets take Velcro. This particular one doesn't. It has a pocket, so Halvarssons have moved back to using a pocket, so you do not need Velcro armour to go in this jacket. Of course, it's a waterproof jacket, and what Halvarssons have put into this jacket is their own Dryway membrane. We know the membrane well. Halvarssons have used it for many years. It's very reliable. They reckon, or Halvarssons reckon rather, that in some respects it's better than Gore-Tex. We're not in a position to say, but all we can say is it's a reliable membrane. For thermal lining, in other words, to trap heat in, to keep you warm, there's a removable destination jacket. It's very clever. You actually turn it inside out. When we first saw it, we thought that's amazing. This is a down jacket in the ilk of the Klim Maverick or the Rucker Down X. Actually, it's not. It's got the baffles that make it look like a down jacket, but actually in those baffles, all you've got is a Primaloft or Thinsulate style hollow form fibre. So we've got excited, perhaps a little bit overexcited. It'll do a job. It will keep you warm, but it's not the kind of jacket that you're going to wear, for example, to the North Pole. For warmer weather, you've got these zipped vents on both sleeves. So if it's hot, you undo these vents, air is going to come through, reach the body. When you do that, what you ideally want is an exhaust vent, because if air comes in, it has to escape somewhere, otherwise the jacket just blows up. On this particular jacket, you've got a permanently open exhaust vent underneath a storm shield at the back. But it's so high at the top of the storm shield that there's no way that, even in heavy rain, that water's going to find its way under that storm shield and into the jacket. Now, there's no such thing as a perfect jacket for all weathers. There are jackets that are going to be better for this if you're riding in freezing cold conditions. There are going to be jackets by the same token that are better if you're going to be riding in searingly hot conditions. And if you find yourself frequently riding in heavy downpours for extended periods of time, again, there are going to be better jackets than this. But the Uvan, nevertheless, covers all of the bases, and we think it's going to be more than up to the job for most riders most of the time. For some reason, Halvarssons seems to think that motorcyclists like hoods on their jackets, and we've noticed this with a number of their jackets in recent years. It occurs to me that perhaps this is just a Scandinavian thing, and of course it gets so cold up there that perhaps when you get off the bike, you really need a hood to keep your ears and your head warm. Here, of course, it's not such a big deal. But what we really like about this hood is the ease with which it can be removed. There's no zip, there are 4 very strong magnets, and all you do, you take it off. And it's just as simple to reattach. But it does make me think perhaps that you do not want to be wearing this jacket with the hood in place when you're riding the bike, because my view is that if you're on the motorway at 70 miles an hour and the wind catches the hood, it's going to blow off, it's going to end up down the road. So my view is that the hood is for wearing when you get off the bike. In terms of pockets, there are 3 zipped pockets on the front of the jacket. There's 1 here and 2 down either side. You've also got a pocket on this shoulder, which is a little Velcro pocket for putting a credit card in, perhaps. On the right-hand side, you've got what we think is a slightly silly pen pocket. As far as I know, riding on your motorbike with a set of pens in your pocket is not kind of a thing, so I don't know why Halvarssons has done this, but it makes me think that this jacket may be based on some kind of Scandinavian or Swedish police jacket or military jacket. I don't know, but I can't understand why else you would put a pen pocket on a motorcycle jacket. There's another pocket on the inside. That's going to be the only truly waterproof pocket. So all of these are going to be water resistant at best. But if you've got something that you really want to keep dry, you'd put that in the inside Napoleon pocket. There is, by the way, a storm flap that runs down the inside of the zip. So even though there's no external storm flap, and this isn't really even a waterproof zip, if water is going to get through there, it's going to run down this storm flap. There's a rain channel. The water's going to come out of the bottom of the jacket. You've got these quite subtle tone-on-tone stripes that run down the sleeves. This isn't the only colour the jacket comes in, and on the other colour you again get these tone-on-tone stripes. I think they're quite subtle. I think they're quite nice. At the end of the sleeves you've got zips here. That's important because if you want to put, especially when it's raining, when it's cold, if you want to put the cuffs of your gloves inside the sleeves, which is the way that you should do it, then you open the zips, you put the glove inside, and then you tighten the zip afterwards. So it's good to have those. Slightly strangely, what Halvarssons do on almost every other jacket I've ever come across, they'll have a Velcro flap that enables you to cinch the glove tight so you can, or cinch the sleeve tight so you can tighten it around the glove. For some reason, this jacket doesn't have it. I don't know why. So I suppose the question is, what exactly is the Uvan? Who is it aimed at? What kind of jacket is it? Well, I don't think it's the kind of jacket that you're going to buy if you're up for some heavy-duty commuting all year round. By the same token, I don't think it's the kind of jacket that you're going to ride in if you're going to set off on an extensive tour on a world tour, for example. But this is far more, it's far better than a throw-on jacket of the ilk that we've seen before from Halvarssons. I'm thinking in particular of the Lisfit jacket. So it's much more than the throw-on jacket, and I think for many people this may end up being the only jacket that they require. It's probably in some ways the perfect jacket for the weekend rider. Similarly, if you've just taken up biking, you've got a short commute that you're headed for every day, then I think this jacket would be fine for a 15, 20, 25-minute commute, a daily commute. It would be perfectly up to that job. At £349, I think it's well priced. You get a lot for your money as far as we're concerned, and that's because the jacket wants for little. It comes in this dark blue and in another colour that we can only describe as poo brown. We like both colours. If you'd like to see more gear from the Swedish brand Halvarssons, then visit the website motorlegends.com. If you'd like to learn more about the Uvan itself, then if you click on one of the links on the screen, sometimes they're up there, sometimes they're down there, that will take you to the correct page on the website. There you can check out the spec in a little bit more detail, you can check availability, and obviously if you want to buy the jacket there and then, you can do that. When you buy from us, we try to make the process simple, straightforward and risk-free as we possibly can. There's no delivery charge on any item of protected wear that you buy from us. Returns are totally free, and what's more, we give you a full 12 months in which to decide whether you do want to return something to us. We have the best price promise in the business. Now, John Lewis was rightly famed for its never knowingly undersold price promise, but we actually go one stage better. If you can find anybody selling anything that we sell at a price that is lower than ours, we will beat that competitor's price by a full 10%. Now, there are a few terms and conditions attached to what we call our price beat. Nothing particularly onerous, but if you are going to price beat us, I suggest you visit the website and check out what those terms and conditions are. If in the future you'd like to receive bulletins from us about new products and new product launches, then if you go to the website, at the top of every page there's a piece of script that says newsletter sign up. Click on there. In future you'll be in business and receive all of our bulletins. If, however, you prefer to get your information videographically, that is to say in this form, we would be simply delighted if you wanted to become a subscriber to our YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking on the button below. Finally, I'd like to finish with a play for our little shop here at Motor Legends. We're based about a mile from the centre of Guildford, a mile from the railway station, and as I've suggested, it's a small shop. It's got a small footprint, but it's actually attached to our warehouse where we have more than £2 million worth of stock arranged over 3 floors, and technically that makes this the second largest motorcycle apparel shop in the UK. But we think that we are far more than just the amount of merchandise we have here in the building. We're all about service, we're all about personal fitting. If you want to check us out, visit Trustpilot. We have the highest 5-star ranking in the business. And when you come to see us, we'll serve you only the finest illy Italian coffee, or we'll serve you proper Yorkshire tea in a proper teapot. And who knows, if you're lucky, you might even get to sample one of our delicious motorcycle-shaped shortbread biscuits. Anyway, this has been Chris. I hope to talk to you again soon.